What was I thinking? Okay, so I've done a few of these, and I haven't planned on doing anymore. They're kind of boring for videos. It used to be more fun for me than it is now. This is 30 pounds of scrap chips, is basically what I searched for on eBay, whatever. And I don't do much anymore because sometimes because of cost. I mean, and in availability. You just don't see these big lots like this come up on eBay that often anymore. And sometimes when you do, the price isn't right. Sometimes just the weight, or the size, it's just not worth my time. If it's only like a couple pounds, I don't know. But also, mostly because, it used to be more fun. It's going to take me probably a few days of working on this for lots of hours, doing it the way I used to do it. I might actually go through it pretty fast now just because I'm only looking for certain stuff and I just don't care. But I bought this one because it was, worth my while, plenty of volume, and the price was right. I think it was listed as 29 pounds. It actually showed up as like 30 pounds. And it was right about $10 a pound. But there was a 27C801 in the pictures, in the listing. So that struck my interest right away because those are actually still very valuable. I don't have a lot of them. Hoping there's a lot more than just one in here though. If not, it'd be kind of a bust. But I used to go through and really sort them, and now I kind of just throw them into a box with all the other unclean, non-erased, bent pen chips that are of the same size. So, I've got boxes that are overflowing with like 128, 256, and 512s. Everything else is I still got plenty of. I don't need any more, that's for sure. But if I can make money on the 27C801s, then yeah, I will. So let's get a top view and move forward. Oh, actual packing material. Wasn't really expecting that. You know what I see right off the bat though? The legs on these are actually very straight, and that's the luxury when doing this kind of stuff. We're just seeing some 40 pinners. That's a 27C 4002. Don't have a lot of those, that's for sure. It looks like almost every one of them has got a sticker on it. Oh, it's like a 2. This is what I don't like seeing. 2716. When am I ever going to use a 2716? So it looks like I'm going to have my work cut out for me for the next few days, peeling stickers off. I'm just afraid all the ones with stickers are usually like 128 and 256, because that looks like a firmware chip, Be nice if they were easy to peel off. They're probably not. No. They tear apart. So, dump them out of here. Oh, look at that. He even taped the bottom of the box. These people know how to tape a box. I mean, that is a massive amount of tape. But it's a 30-pound box of rocks, basically. This is gonna take me forever. I told myself I wasn't gonna do this. I don't know. Oh, there's a 4 meg right there. I was kind of hoping. Oh. Damaged crystal. I was kind of hoping to see less stickers and just a bunch of 801 sitting right on top. Wouldn't that be awesome? I don't like seeing that either. Broke right in half. Probably just put stuff like that right into another box and sell it as gold recovery scrap, because I can actually still see the gold wires, bond wires. They're still in there, so you know, even the chips that I don't want or just aren't usable, like with the broken crystal, there's still gold in them. There's still scrap metal recovery possibility. I'm just trying to remember how I would do this. It seems like I would always take the ones with stickers and without stickers and separate them, do that first, you know, and then if I want to, I could separate that into piles. Another broken crystal. Seems like the most logical step is to get the stickers set aside first. I don't really want to sit here and scrape off a sticker and then put it in a pile. That seems, it's probably just as efficient, it just seems more tedious. There's a little Altera, maybe a pal or gal. It looks like pal. I didn't expect to see that in there. It's got a little window on it, I think. Yeah. So yeah, probably time-lapse time. So yeah, a little disappointing, but whatever. I have one 8 meg chip here. That might be the one that was actually in the pictures, but it does have sticker residue on it, so hopefully all of the stickered chips, I will show some 801s in there once I start peeling stickers off, I hope. And I want to say, hey, look at that, another 801. I found one plastic jelly bean, and I was super heavy on 512s. I thought I was going to be super heavy on 2764s, but then all of a sudden 512s just started growing and growing and growing. 256s, one 128, bunch of 2716s, one 020, I think it was, yeah, 2001, one 2 meg, and I sorted these out because I've actually started separating the ones that have a lot of gold in the window and keeping those in a separate box. And then I got a fairly large pile with broken crystals. Man, it makes me wonder if the person sorting these was throwing them off of a conveyor belt or a very high table, and just a lot of them landed just right to break. I'd be kind of mad if there was an 8 meg in here broken. A lot of these are 4. I'd say over half of those are 4 meg chips. Those will go into the gold scrap box as well. And I want to say, actually, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of these are still actually brand new chips, never been programmed. Obviously, some of them you can see some sticker residue on, but some of these there's no residue on. But what gets me is the legs are still gold winged. They're spread out. They're not straight down. They're spread out that way, and that's what you'll see on brand new chips. So I wouldn't be surprised if these are never been programmed and nothing on them, and they're still erased or they're still clean. But I don't really want to straighten legs. I really don't want to. I don't really care on these sizes. I just don't care. So I'm going to put these in the boxes with the other of the same size chips and move on to the stickered stuff. Well, I think the trick here would be to find a 27C801 that still has the sticker on it, and then just start looking for chips with the same sticker, because you can see there's a ton of these that have, right there you go, exact same sticker on them. So I might have a quick look around. That doesn't even look like an EEPROM. See if I can find an 801 that has a sticker on it, and then I'm just gonna just go through a bunch of them, just the off chance I can find one. That'd be awesome. Well, I found my first one finally after finding several 4 megabits. And I realized I could also look at the legs. Some of the legs are specific. But that does not look like a very specific label on that one. That'll give me something to look for, at least. Keep digging here, and maybe I'll find a couple more just to be sure. Found my second one. This is actually an AT27C801, or a 080 actually. Well, there's another different label I can look for. It looks like it's going to be very heavy on 4 megs, because I think anything that looks anything like that is a 4 meg. That's fine. Alright, so I found another one like the first one. The weird P2120 sticker. Actually, that one says 2110. IC20. Oh, I can get from that sticker. And then I found a couple more of the SA3014 stickers. So I know there's some in here, but it seems like every time I do actually find a 32 pin chip, it does seem 28 pin heavy. The 32 pinners are usually this GT 97, 98, 99, and most likely a 4 meg. So I thought I was gonna, just latch on to a sticker or two and be able to go after it, but I don't think it's gonna be that easy. I don't think I'm gonna find as many 8 megs as I was hoping for. But whatever. Well, just a quick pick around the top, and I've got a few more 801s. Seem to all be that SA3014 number sticker. I found a bunch of these GT 97, 98, 99, and these are probably all 4 megs. So it's just confirming what I was afraid of. There's way more, well, obviously there's way more 28 pins, but there's way more 4 megs than I'll find 8 meg. But I'm just sitting here wasting time before I go to bed, so I'm not really wanting to dump this and get serious about sorting right now. I'll start that probably next clip. I'll probably get rid of these since I've already sorted out a bunch of stuff over here on the right side out of frame. Just stuff that I could see what the number was. Like right there is a 128. I'll set that outside so I can start fresh some other day. Okay, on this round, I think I'm going to try to just get 28 pin versus 32 pin, and probably look for these GT 97, 8, and 9s and throw those in a separate box, because I'm pretty sure those are just 4 meg chips. That should actually probably take care of quite a bit of these. And of course I'll keep an eye out for the 8 megs. But I think I'll just, kind of throw all the 28 pin stuff I can find down in here. Seems like a logical way to go. Well, it looks like I only found 4 more of the SA3014 . We're all 8 meg though. So we go ahead and peel those off, since these are actually getting cleaned. Certainly would have liked to have found more. Only had 2 of these stickers. I think. much smaller window. Just a different manufacturer, looks like. Well, that's ST27Z1. Just let's see, 97 and 2002. Just a much different manufacturing process, I guess. I just wanted to clean them off to make sure that none of the crystals were cracked. I'm pretty sure these will all be like 1 and 2 and 4 meg chips. Four. Well, got a couple extra 8 megs out of that deal. That wasn't too bad. It's kind of worth it. I would love it if some of these actually turned out to be 8 megs. I just have this feeling they're all 4 meg. So that's probably what I'll do next, is go through these. But take a break. And out of these big 40 pin chips, had a couple 8742s, 8749, a 68X6030, which I haven't had any idea on that one, and so it looks like some 4 and 2 meg 16-bit memory chips. Well, as expected, every single one of them was an 040 4 meg chip, so no more 8 megs in there. Well, I certainly still have a lot of 28 pin chips to go through. I'm not going to show that on video. I might not even do it. I mean, I've already found everything in here that's of value to me, you know, and monetarily, you know, the 8 meg chips are monetarily more valuable than anything else. And the 32 pin chips are what I use way more than the 28 pin chips. So I'm just going to slide this away for now. I've got too much other stuff to do. Don't even know why I started in on this one. Probably not going to do any more of these, at least not for a very long time. I'm very, very over it.